Hi there, welcome. This is Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today in this video I'll be doing a whole series of videos on how to use this quant analytics service using crypto trading signals that my server can provide and send out. So this is an overall high-level intro on how it works and whatnot. So the first thing is regarding overall usage. This is how it basically works. All the data and whatnot I use for the crypto exchange of choice is Binance, so that's where I send out trading signals from using Binance out of Asia. And another thing that's required is to obviously fund the exchange account as well as get your API keys, because basically what I do is I'll send out trading signals that get emailed out from my server. From there, what you can do as a client of the service is you'll be able to download and configure a free open source Python script that I'll be providing. And what it will do is it will receive the email, again via email, and it will enable you to trade. So this is where the Binance Exchange API keys come in handy, because you have to configure those that sync up to your account. And then I'll talk about the next steps as well. So that's pretty well how it works. So I'll repeat it again. Is when people sign up to Binance, there's different services that Binance due to local regulation, specifically in the US. So the Binance has offered a service called Binance.us. That for Americans is not really worth pursuing because the volumes are very low. But what you can do is you could still sign up to Binance.com out of Asia and be able to trade anonymously and be able to, I mean, if you got really good, you can still withdraw up to 2 Bitcoins a day as an anonymous account. I mean, you're talking about $10,000 US a day. So that's pretty good if it happens, great. But you can do that. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to avoid taxes and whatnot. I wouldn't promote that, but that's always an option for Americans. So you can always be aware of that, because that will come up a lot. So let's get into it. Right now, let's just talk about the trading signal format. It's pretty simple. In the signal, I can send out anything I want, obviously, but I'm going to keep it simple. So basically how it works is you'll get the from, which of course is my quantlabs.net for my server. From there, in the subject, you'll get a format of, let's say, crypto signal, April, today's date, which is your timestamp, and then the name of the pair. And usually in Binance, how it works is I have 2 bots. One that seems to work really well is the futures data, and that will usually trade in Tether, USDT. And then there's 23 coins there to choose from, and that grows every couple of weeks, it seems. And those are usually the best performing on top of the top 20 plus coins out there by volume as well. So those are the ones that get focused on that particular bot. But right now, I will say that there will be this bot in USDT in that market, as well as the potential other markets like Ethereum or Bitcoin. Just depends on the bot performance. And then the next format you get is the date and who it's to, obviously to you. So when you sign up, you'll get an option of when you register where you want that email to be sent out to. So that will enable you to do that, and you could get flooded with a lot of emails per day. So you may want to use a dedicated email for this, and maybe a Gmail or a Yahoo or an Outlook should be okay. But I'd probably go with a Gmail or a Yahoo preferred, because you could use your own as well. But I'll go into more detail on configuring that in the Python script as well. So in the body of the email, you get the usual current timestamp from the server. And one other thing I forgot to mention is when it comes to trading in the signals, there's always two sides. There's the entry or the buy, or call it long or whatever you want to call it, but it's the entry. And in the subject line, you will get these. Are you doing an entry or an exit? So obviously on the first signal, you'll get the entry to open the position, and then you'll get another signal that corresponds to that with the exit. So that is usually the format you'll get. You can see that in the subject line there. In the body, again, you'll get the timestamp. Are you doing an entry or an exit? As well as you get the pair, as well as the closing price at current time from the server of, in this case, with link USDT of 2.9379, and that's in USDT, which means it's supposed to be tethered to the US dollar. So that's why, in this case, Tether is well, it is the largest stable coin in the crypto space world, and that's why Binance does that too in the futures market as well. I'll get more into that later on with an overall walkthrough of Binance itself, but hopefully that gives you an understanding of how this works. So let me do a recap, because this is probably a pretty mouthful for a lot of people that are new to this. So essentially, I would strongly recommend you use Binance for crypto trading. That's where the data comes from. It's the largest exchange in the world, probably the most transparent as well. On top of that, there will be a step where you will need to download and configure API keys, which I'll go into in the script. I just showed you the crypto trading signals that get emailed out, the format for that. And also, what we need to worry about is downloading and configuring this open source script, Python script that I'll enable you to use so you can receive the signals and then automatically trade from that. So the next steps, where we go from there? Well, there's a couple of things we need to worry about. Is some people may want to pursue how to build out their own trading bots. So I have a whole service for that. This service is for those that are, we'll just say, technically challenged or can't be bothered to move into it. But with the way things are right now in the economy, I don't think it'd hurt to learn Python. It is becoming the most popular programming language, and it just enables you to really expand into other side income if you wanted, knowing Python to get into potentially consulting and whatnot. Some people don't have those chops or interest to do that. That's fine, but it's something I would definitely encourage. It never hurts to learn a programming language like Python, and it's, out of all the languages I've seen, it's the easiest language out there. So that's one step you can take it. From there, you can, as I said, once you learn Python, then you can start learning about building your own custom trading bots as well. And we'll see where that goes. But a lot of people have an interest in it. But as a caveat, I always tell people it's very tough to get through it, and then essentially having a profitable trading bot is another challenge in itself. But I've got a whole whackload of videos on that. So we'll stop here and leave it at that on how this tutorial video series will play out. So far, thanks for watching.